Oh, hi guys. Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. Lake Taneycomo in Branson, Missouri. It is the 17th of June, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. Beautiful day here on the lake and fairly busy. But today I have boated down here. I am right by Monkey Island. It's right in front of me here. And I have some different jerkbaits with me today and a jig rod. But we're going to aim for the jerkbaits today. This here is a regular 110. This is not one that we painted up. It's just one that you can order from one of the companies that makes replicas of them. And so this one only dives like 6 foot. I've been getting all kinds of reports about the number of brown trout being caught. And they're being caught down here. I think I talked about it on yesterday's one cast maybe, but we had somebody come down and fish these docks that are right below the island with a big spoon and caught a number of brown trout. I've had 3 separate trophy browns weighed in today at the dock, 2 of which were on jerkbaits. And I've just been getting some good brown reports lately and jerkbait reports. And I guess I just saw it on our Facebook page. Someone caught one that would have potentially been bigger than 20 pounds down at the Branson Landing. Fish did not make it to be released. But they had a picture of it and it was quite large. It was a 31-incher. So obviously the better time to be doing this would be first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening. That doesn't mean you can't find them on the jerkbait during the middle of the day. It's just a little bit tougher. Nothing on the first cast. I know we're past that already, but I know the MDC just stocked a bunch of browns. I have a feeling they stocked them down here and are letting them work their way up the lake. So younger browns, ones that haven't been around too long, are usually a little more aggressive. So let's see if we can find some of those new stocker browns that just got put in last week. And historically I've always found browns down by Monkey Island, so I don't see why they wouldn't be stacked up in these wooden structured areas along the bluff. I did have some smaller 110 juniors with me, however, because we're working this deep water down here, I figured something that got down a little farther would probably be better, especially for this time of the day. When you're working a jerkbait, when the water's off like it is, you got to keep that thing moving just about as quick as you can. Don't really want many, if any, pauses at all. And in order to continue hitting new ground, you got to keep on your trolling motor and keep scooting the boat down slowly so that you're not fishing the same spot over and over again. I took one cast before I started the video, and I had one rainbow chase the jerkbait back to the boat. So right now we're sneaking in behind the backside of Eagle Island. We're going to try some of this structure back here, and I may scoot the boat down to those docks and see if any of those browns are still there from the report I got the other day. We'll flip the camera around and fish this side of the island. So this water leading up to the front side of the island is a big flat, and it's probably no deeper than 8 foot or so right here. But I will say that when you're trying to target browns or bigger fish or throwing a jerkbait, you're not there to, probably not going to catch the most numbers. But it's really interactive, it's a good amount of work, and it's pretty rewarding when they get on there. Well, I just got started, but so far I had one little rainbow chase me back to the boat.
You can go down to potato chips.
Yeah. you get a little more guarantee when you bag a buy of potato chips. They're a lot cheaper too than fishing equipment.
Yeah. I had a couple of lifetime different boosters. I got caught. Man, this is low.
Yeah. Yeah, water's off, sun's up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This is definitely the slower part of the day when the sun's up high like this. Yeah, I'm targeting brown trout right now.
Brown?
Yeah, I'm not worried about how many fish I catch. I'm just trying to specifically get one that I want. But if I was just fishing, I'd be throwing like a marabou jig. And maybe something like small under a float, some like a really small finesse jig or something. Looked like all the guides that came back this morning, we had quite a few on the water. They all caught their limits. A lot of it was early this morning when they already had come back with their limits, but I think Dwayne was using the pink power worm under a float this morning, along with a few other ones, and a few of the other ones were throwing night crawlers. Sounds like the night crawler bite is still kind of reigning supreme for the water off and after that sun comes out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give my arm a break for a second. If you're doing that properly, it really wears on the old forearm pretty quick. Oh, did I really just do that? Okay, so I've got a 1/32 ounce sculpin jig here. I'm just gonna throw a jig for a second until we get to the other side of the island here. See if we can make it happen, find a fish. Quite a bit of wind tunneling back through here. Oh, that felt like a bite. Yep, it was. Oh my gosh, look at this little guy. That might be, I don't even know if that's a stalker. It looks awfully small to be a stalker. He's got all of his fins. That might just be a natural born trout. Could be a small stalker that accidentally slipped through the gate when they were loading the truck, but usually they have a clipped fin. There you go, buddy. If I was a little baby trout, I'd probably try to hang out somewhere like this. local here. He was fishing the bluff just a little bit below our resort as I was going by to come down here. And he was throwing just a little 50th ounce sculpin jig under a float about 10 foot on the bluff there, and he said every time the boats went by he'd catch a fish, and he caught a fish when I went by. So the jig's under the float, still a good bet. And honestly, you know, I haven't played around with it much, but fishing the bluff with, you know, like a 10-foot drop whenever it's the heat of the day might be where you'll catch more fish on a jig under a float. I think after this cast I'll turn the camera off, go for those docks over there, and we'll try the jerkbait one last time, see if there's any browns hiding in between those docks. But all the methods that we've been showing you on the one cast, you know, that we don't get out to do until noon or 1 o'clock, you know, those are all things that are catching a lot more fish if you can get out on the lake a little bit earlier. Also, a topic of recent discussion is if you're coming through Branson near the hatchery area, you'll see signs that say closed. Okay, that is only pertaining to the visitor center of the hatchery. To dispel the rumors, the hatchery is still fully operational and producing fish. Okay. Well, we accomplished the mission. We got to see what a fish looked like. Let's see if we can go find a brown. Be right back, guys. Okay. Well, I'm back. So we're on the north bank, below the island. Got this line of private docks here, this little rock bank. Based on the slope of the bank over here, this should be theoretically a little shallower, so that can definitely help out. Oh, there was something that tried to come up from the depths as I was reeling the bait in. I don't know what that was. Well, maybe one of these mornings here soon I can get out early enough to have a much better shot at these, because most of the ones that have been coming in are coming in the first 2-3 hours of the day. Oh, what was that? I think I just had a hit. Oh no. Got it back. Oh, well, would you look at that? I broke the bill of my jerkbait. That might be a sign that we just need to retire this idea for the moment. Well, we thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be back out again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.